E equals mc squared. Do you know that there are scientists are saying that his theory of relativity and everything could be wrong? I heard it on the radio the other day. You know how that goes. All right. If anybody knows anything about Einstein, okay, have you ever seen pictures of him where he was always wearing black? Has anyone ever heard that he could not tie his own shoes? It's a true story. Okay. His hair always looked like Don King. It's like this, right? Okay. Now, there are, I think, 3 published pictures of when Einstein got married that he's actually wearing color. His hair, you couldn't even hardly recognize it because, and I'm getting ready to show you why. Okay. Harvard and MIT did studies, which Harvard does studies about studies that people did. Okay, but anyway, they did studies on Einstein's brain and everyone else's average person's brain. Okay, they found out that the average person uses approximately 6% of their brain. Okay, the average person. Now we have 2 sides to the brain, which we were talking about: subconscious and conscious side. Right? Right? You guys awake? Gals? Okay. I'm not boring y'all, am I? Okay. We have the subconscious side, we have the conscious side of the brain. Now I call this the CPU side, but it's really the whole computer side. It's not just the processor. Because that's where your memory is, your hard drive, which memory is not really memory, just so you all know. Hard drive is what stores all your thoughts and stuff. Anyway, this is the whole computer side. Now, so you know, the subconscious side of our brain is what tells our lungs to breathe, tells our heart to beat, things like that. Does anyone in the room think they can control their subconscious side? Raise your hand. Now, I've had people in class just raise their hand and say, okay, stop your heart. Now, we can, because there's some things in our memory bank that don't have to do with our heart pumping or anything like that, that we've been programmed all our life. Okay, that we can, as long as we're conscious of it, we can make sure, that's the same ring I have. We can make sure that we don't say it, but it's going to take practice. Like I said, it takes up to 28 days to get a habit. It can take up to a lifetime to change it, but you have to want to change. Okay, that's where the how you're doing comes from. The example that it's a negative world. Do you know the average 3-year-old child hears the word no 500,000 times by the time it's 3 years old? Easy. No's are negative, are they not? There was a lady, actually I was watching something on TV the other day where a lady showed that positive reinforcement, you know, the old saying, spare the rod, spoil the child, that she said that's all bogus because you get more production out of positive motivation than you do by any negative motivation. Okay, as like she was giving an example of a kid running late for school and he's like half dressed or whatever. Instead of saying, what are you doing? You're not even dressed. School's going to be here any moment. You give them a positive. Oh, look at you. You're halfway there to getting dressed. That will make the person want to go all the way and get finished up getting dressed by a positive instead of a negative. There's a lot of sense, and I don't remember the lady's name, but she was basically the same thing as what all this and what I'm trying to get to about negatives and positives. Okay? There is no room in your life if you want to have a great, successful life for negatives. Okay? All right. Now, so that how you're doing and everything, as long as you're conscious of it, you know not to say that to anyone, don't we? Do y'all realize, does everyone agree that probably not too many people are doing great? Doing good even, right? Would you not agree? Okay. But if we have the mindset that, oh, I'm doing good or whatever, you know, you're just saying it, okay? It's actions speak louder than words. If I'm doing great, okay? Most people would not think that with my attitude and my enthusiasm that I'm going through any of the things that I'm going through, okay? It wouldn't make you want to, would it make you even want to be excited about getting in the car business? Wouldn't, would it? If I just hear, you know, telling you how my dog died and what, you know, and, going through divorce and lost my house and lost my car and whatever it may be, you know, yeah, country song, you know, country song, you know, country song. All right. Now, does anybody know, have you heard the words subliminal? Well, before I get on to that, they found out that Einstein used 4% of his subconscious side and only 2% of this conscious side. We, therefore, are the total opposite of that. We use primarily 4% of this. Now, some use 6. Some people can go up to 10% of their, but the average is 6. And he was no better than average. Okay, so we use 4%. This is us, and 2% here. This is literally a man that was known as the most intelligent man of our time, but couldn't chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. Literally. Until he got married, because they didn't have gar animals back then. Y'all remember gar animals? Y'all don't remember gar animals? For your kids so they know what to wear in the mornings, like the lion, as long as the lions match lions, that clothes would match. Elephants, you wear elephant with an elephant. Okay? No one remembers that? Wow, I'm showing my age, aren't I? Wow. Okay. So, subliminal. Anybody heard the term? Does anybody know what sub means? What sub mean? Under? But sub, the word sub, what does that mean? Under. Anybody know what the word liminal means? Anybody know? Wait, let me tell you. Okay. Conscious threshold. That's liminal. So, when they came out with subliminals, what they were trying to do was get underneath the conscious side to the subconscious side. That's what subliminal means. Now, let me give you an example. Everybody got this so far? 1955, and no, I was not at the movie. But there was a movie that came out called The Picnic with William Holden and Kim Novak in it. Okay, I'm not showing my age because I've read this study and stuff. Okay, so I wasn't at the movie theater. But anyway, two of the owners, I don't remember their name, had a movie theater when this movie came out this year. Okay, and there was 3 of them. One went to MIT, one went to Harvard. I don't remember where the other gentleman went. But the MIT and the Harvard guy got to talking about this, how they were talking about the conscious side and subconscious side of Einstein, and how the subconscious side drives everything that we do. Okay, that people do. So, they said, well, we did this study, and there's a way that you can get through the conscious threshold into the subconscious brain. What we need to do is, if we want to sell more snacks, more popcorn, more Coca-Cola, more Snickers bars, is while they're watching the movie, we just flash these little videos. It says, eat more popcorn. Just flash it real quick, drink more Coke, and it goes down. Because, hopefully this will make sense to you what a subliminal meant. Was you're consciously watching the movie, so you're involved in that movie. But your subconscious part that's not consciously watching the movie sees that eat popcorn. So it goes right through the conscious because your conscious side's busy at the moment. It's watching the movie. So your subconscious mind picks it up and remembers that. So when it's intermission time, you go there. You don't know why, but you buy some popcorn. You buy more soda. This is all fact. These are all things that were actually done, and this is why subliminals got outlawed. And I'll tell you who got them outlawed after he got out of Harvard. He's the one that says he invented the internet, but we all know he didn't. If you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, so popcorn sales rose over 800%. Snack sales rose approximately 300%. Something like just drastically after doing subliminals. Okay, now this is something I didn't believe, but I did research because I'm thinking, wait a minute, Coca-Cola sales had to go through the roof. Well, they didn't. They only went up about 125%. But I found out, and after talking to people, it was like 1959 or so before the theaters would let you take your drinks back to the seats. You had to drink it right outside you. You could only take popcorn or snacks back to the seats. Because being my dad, like I said, my dad was a big wig Coca-Cola. I'm thinking, no way, man, because I know Coke, he used to have cocaine in it. I mean, it's very addicting, people, I'm thinking them sales had to go way up. Well, that's why, because you go buy a big drink, you've got to gulp it all down, and if you don't, then you're going to miss the movie. So that's why. All right, so does this make sense to everybody so far? Okay, then Al Gore takes it upon himself eventually, I don't know what year it was, when he got out of Harvard and stuff. That's when he got petitions and got around and got everybody signed because he said it was brainwashing people. Okay, so we got, now, just this year, February of this year, audio subliminals were out. Anybody know what an audio subliminal is? Here, you want me to give you an example of one? Because everyone knows what it is, just didn't know what it was. If that makes sense. You ever been watching a TV show or a movie, commercial comes on, and the commercial's blaring loud?
Yeah.
That's an audio subliminal. Now, in February, they finally outlawed audio subliminals to where it can't be but just a minute decibel higher than the TV show you're watching.
That's miserable every time you turn it down.
Oh yeah, but that's the reason. It makes you conscious of that, okay? But you ignore it by turning it down, but so subconsciously you're still listening to it.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't realize it. Okay? So that was their way, and yeah, so they outlawed that. Okay. Well, all fair level more in car business, folks, ladies and gentlemen, as long as we're doing positives, nothing bad can come from positives, can they? Okay. We know that customer's there to buy a car because we don't sell microwaves and refrigerators. We know you don't go to McDonald's and look at the menu, right? You go there to eat, right? You might look at the menu before you eat, but you don't look at it just to drive off, right? Same thing. People don't come here to not buy cars, but they come here and they're going to give you negative stories because they don't, first of all, we've already agreed there's more logical buyers nowadays. So they're going to have their guard up. They're going to expect you to be an average car salesperson and just go right in and try to sell them a car. We have to slow them down and try to build a relationship. It's not sales. It's not car sales, folks. This is building relationships because hopefully you're going to sell that person their car and their grandchildren their car. Because if you're not in this for a career, then please leave the room. This is a career. And it's one of the greatest careers that's out there. I mean, I'm very blessed to have had this career. And I love sharing it and getting people into this business. Okay? If any of you ever look at my Facebook, I by all means, anybody friend me, I feel that one can never have too many friends. Okay? If you ever look at it, you'll see all kinds of people that have been my students, you know, that are putting good things up there. I love that. That's my just reward. Okay? It's not all about money. That's my reward is knowing that I've shared something, almost like that video says, you know, at the end on the car, the Universe Made Car Salespeople, where it says, where you can look in their face and know somewhere, somehow that you had an impact on them. Okay? That you helped them get there. Okay? That's why I love that video. Because it really explains sales, car sales, especially to pretty much to a T. It's all about a team. You know, it's a small world. I mean, we're like a small family. When you get in the car business, they will do anything for you. And I've never seen, I'm telling you, in my 32 years of business, it's very refreshing to find a dealer to where a lot of the salespeople have been there for 10 to 15 years. And I'm sure all of you know and have heard, that salesman ain't here no more. The salespeople bounce from store to store to store. Because we know it's such great money, we want to stay in it. But we'll get all prima donna or we'll get mad because the manager said something to us. Look, we're going to have good managers in places, we're going to have bad managers in places, okay? You have to live with it. Don't let them neg you out. Just go, stay positive about it, okay? It's going to happen in any field or anywhere you work, not just car business, okay? But obviously here, okay, they're doing something right. Because all their employees, I'm telling you, stick with them. I believe Al was talking to one of the gentlemen today. And the gentleman said, I stay here for the family. That's why he's here. Time is it?